Good morning, students. Once again, here we are with perhaps the last lecture as far as the matrices are concerned. So in this chapter we have studied the different operations on matrices, addition, subtraction, and most importantly the multiplication of two matrices. Now there is one very important property that we will study, or you can call it the law also, commutative property or the commutative law. Okay, now this law we will see if this particular law is applicable in case of matrix addition, matrix multiplication, and so on. Okay, so you see, if we have taken two matrices as an example, matrix A, which is given by this, and matrix B like this. Okay, so what does commutative property in case of addition of matrices says? It says that A plus B and B plus A, they should be equal. Okay, so generally in mathematics what you see is, if you take two numbers 2 and 3, okay, even if you add 2 plus 3, the answer would be 5, and even if you reverse that and you write the numbers like in the reverse fashion, which is 3 plus 2, still the answer would be 5. Okay, still the answer would be 5. Okay, so similarly the same thing applies to the addition of the two matrices also. These two were individual numbers. Okay, so we are not going to deal with the numbers as of now. We are going to deal with the matrices. Okay, so supposing that we have these two matrices, A plus B will be equal to B plus A, which is very simple to understand because you have already studied matrix addition. You can place this matrix on the left hand side plus this matrix on the right hand side. Obviously the addition of two matrices will involve, if you remember, the individual elements getting added up. Okay, so this 2 is the first element in matrix A and this 1 is the first element in matrix B. So this 2 and 1 will add up to give you 3. Okay, so if you add up, 2 plus 1 will give you 3. Similarly, this entry will get added with this, so you will get a 2. Similarly, this 0 with 2, so you get a 2, and minus 2 with 0 will give you this. Okay, so even if you put A in the first place plus B in the next place, or you reverse the order, you are still going to get this as the addition of the two matrices. So even if it is A plus B or if it is B plus A, you will get the same answer. That means commutative law is applicable for matrix addition. Okay, so for matrix addition the commutative property or the law holds true. Okay, but let us check if it applies for the matrix multiplication also. Okay, that means we will first find out the product of A and B, and then we will find out the product of B and A. Okay, after reversing the pattern, and we will see if they are also equal to each other like it was there in case of matrix addition. Okay, so let us first talk about the matrix multiplication, where we have A in the first place and B in the second. So you see, I will just write down the two matrices that we have. We have 2 1 0 minus 2, okay, multiplied by, what is B? B is 1 1 2 and 0. Okay, so matrix multiplication we have already studied. We go row wise in the first and we drop column wise in the second matrix. Okay, so 2 multiplied by 1 will give you a 2. Okay, plus 1 multiplied by 2 will also give you a 2. Okay, so that is the first entry that we have. Similarly, now moving to the second entry in the first row, 2 multiplied by 1. So this time you are going to come down like this. Okay, so 2 multiplied by 1 is going to give you a 2, and then 1 multiplied by 0 is going to give you a 0. Okay, similarly come down. Now since we are coming down to the second row, we will come down to the second row here also. So we are going to go like this. 0 multiplied by 1 is going to give you a 0, plus minus 2 multiplied by 2 will give you a minus 4. Okay, be careful with the sign over here. there's a minus sign here. Similarly, now for the last entry, 0 multiplied by 1 is going to give you a 0, plus minus 2 multiplied by 0 will give you a 0 here also. Okay, so after multiplication, what is the final answer that we get? 2 plus 2 gives you a 4, 2 plus 0 gives you a 2, here you get a minus 4 and here you get a 0. Okay, so that is your product AB when A is in the front and B comes in the second place. Similarly, now let us check the product B into A. Okay, so obviously here B will be the one coming first, 1, 1, 2, 0, that is matrix A, and matrix B we have 2, 1, 0, minus 2. Okay, so once again row wise and column wise. Okay, so 1 into 2 is going to give you a 2, plus 1 into 0 is going to give you a 0. That's the first entry. Similarly, now for the second column, when you come down like this, 1 multiplied by 1 is going to give you a 1, plus 1 multiplied by minus 2 is going to give you a minus 2. Okay, now coming down to the second row, so we drop down to the second row here also like this, 2 multiplied by this 2, because see, this is the first column that we are dealing with. So 2 into 2 is going to give you a 4, plus 0 into 0 obviously will give you a 0. Okay, now moving on to the last entry, 2 into 1 is going to give you a 2, and plus 0 multiplied by minus 2 is obviously 0. Okay, so this is what you get. Okay, once you finalize, you see you have a 2, you have a minus 1, you have a 4, and you have a 2. Okay, now look at this and look at this. Are they matching? Are they exactly same? No, they are not same. You see, this is an entirely different matrix which has which may have a few elements in common, but then they are not correspondingly same. Okay, so this matrix is altogether a very different matrix to this one. Okay, that means AB and BA may not necessarily be same. Okay, so here we will write matrix multiplication AB is not equal to BA. Okay, so if somebody asks you a question, is commutative law applicable here in these two matrix multiplications? No, commutative property does not hold true for matrix multiplication. Okay, so AB and BA, they will not be same, just like we had A plus B and B plus A coming out to be same. The matrix multiplication, in matrix multiplication, this law will not hold true. Okay, so AB will be a separate matrix, BA will come out to be a very different matrix. Okay, okay, so now coming back to the question solving, we had solved, if you remember, a number of questions in the previous few lectures. Okay, we will continue to do the same. We will deal with some other types of questions today. Hopefully after today's lecture you will be thorough with the matrices questions. Okay, so we have a matrix A given, we have a matrix I given. I obviously is the identity matrix, as you can see, of the order 2 by 2. So order here also is 2 by 2 and 2 by 2. Find small m. Please note, this is small m, not capital M. That means this is a scalar quantity, a singular number, not a matrix. Okay, such that, so this is the condition that is given to you. A square is equal to 9a plus mi. Okay, so the very first thing that you will do is you will calculate a square. Okay, so a square obviously means a multiplied by a. So where are the two matrices? The two matrices are same, 2 0 minus 1 7 here, multiplied by 2 0 minus 1 and 7 here. Okay, so again row wise here, column wise here. So let us quickly calculate these values. 2 multiplied by 2 will give you a 4, and 0 multiplied by minus 1 will give you a 0. Similarly, for the second place, 2 multiplied by 0 will give you a 0, and 0 multiplied by 7 obviously also gives you a 0. Okay, now coming down to the second row, so here we come down to the second row. Minus 1 into 2 is going to give you a minus 2, and plus 7 multiplied by minus 1. Okay, 7 multiplied by minus 1 will give you a minus 7. Okay, now coming to the last entry, minus 1 into 0 is 0 and 7 into 7 is going to give you a 49. Please be very careful with the multiplication of the corresponding elements. Okay, equal to. So the last step that we have in the calculation of a square, this is 4, this is 0, this is minus 9. Please note these are two negative numbers that are getting added up. Okay, so minus 9 and then you have a 49 over here. So that is your left hand side. Okay, so you can simply call that as the left hand side. Okay, now coming to the right hand side. Okay, what do we have on the right hand side? We have 9a plus small m into I. Okay, so let us calculate that. 9 obviously is a scalar quantity and individual number. Okay, so we will write 9 multiplied by matrix A. So matrix A, I am going to just put down over here minus 1, 7, that is 9 times A plus small m we don't know, and I obviously is the identity matrix, so I am going to write it like this. Okay, now these are both scalar numbers, so the moment they go inside they multiply the individual elements. Okay, so 9 2s are, I am talking about the first multiplication first. 9 2s are 18, then you have a 0, then you have a minus 9, 9 7s are 63. Okay, so that is the first matrix, plus the moment this m goes inside you have m 0 0 m. Okay, equal to. So the last step, what do we have in the last step? These are two matrices that are getting added up, so their individual corresponding elements will be added up. Okay, so suppose I pick 18 from here, I have to pick m from here. Okay, so the first entry will become 18 plus m. Okay, please remember they are getting added up. 0 plus 0 obviously gives you a 0, and then you have the third entry over here, minus 9 plus 0 is going to give you a minus 9, and then 63 plus m is going to give you 63 plus m. Okay, 63 plus m. Clear? So according to the condition, the left hand side and the right hand side, they are equal. Okay, so this matrix and this matrix, they will be equal because they are given. Okay, so therefore in the third step you can write 4 0 minus 9 49 is equal to 18 plus m 0 minus 9 63 plus m. Okay, so obviously these are two equal matrices. So the moment you say two matrices are equal, their orders are equal and their individual corresponding elements will also be equal. So you can see 0 and 0, minus 9 and minus 9. Similarly, this number 4 over here should be equal to this number over here because these are the corresponding elements. Okay, therefore we can write 4 is equal to 18 plus m, which gives you the m value as 4 minus 18. So you come out with a value of minus 14 for m. If you want, you can equate this entry with this entry also, you will get the same answer. Okay, clear? Okay, so moving on, now we have the second question of today. If matrix A is this, B is this, and the multiplication of these two matrices in this order, A into B, is giving you another matrix O, which is basically a null matrix or a zero matrix. If you remember, we had discussed with a zero matrix or the null matrix in which all the individual elements are 0. Okay, so based on these three given informations, we have to find out the value of small x and small y. If you note over here, these are the two unknown values. Okay, so now let us go ahead according to what is given. We have AB is equal to O, so we have the product AB is equal to, so I'm going to calculate the left hand side first. AB 2639, that is your A multiplied by B matrix, which is 3x, y and 2. Okay, so let us multiply them once again. Now by now you should be well versed with the matrix multiplication, so if you want you may not draw these arrows. Okay, so once again 2 3s are 6 plus 6 into y will give you a 6y. Okay, so that's the first entry. Similarly, coming to the next, you will go down this column. So 2 into x will give you 2x and 6 into 2 will give you a 12. Okay, now coming to the second row, so we come down to the second row here also. 3 multiplied by 3 is going to give you a 9, plus 9 into y is going to give you a 9y. Similarly, the last entry, if you see, you will get 3 multiplied by x plus 9 into 2 is going to give you an 18. Okay, now obviously we cannot go any further than this because these are unlike terms, we cannot add them. So that is your product AB. And what is it going to be equal to? It is going to be equal to a null matrix 0 0 0 0, as you can see over here. So the reason why I have picked a 2 by 2 order matrix, null matrix, is because this matrix is also of the order 2 by 2. You can see 1 2 3 4, 2 rows 2 columns. Okay, so this is what we have. Clear? Now therefore, now since this matrix and this matrix, they are equal to each other, these are equal matrices, therefore the only thing remaining is for you to tally or compare the two matrices. Since they are equal matrices, their individual corresponding elements will also be equal. That means this entry will be equal to this entry and this entry will be equal to this entry. Okay, so we can pick, or we can pick this one equal to this one equal to this. Okay, we need not pick all 4 because we only have 2 variables, so we will be easily able to find out. So therefore we write comparing 6 plus 6y, which is the first element in this matrix, will be equated with the first element in the other matrix also. So therefore you can see 6y is equal to minus 6, y becomes minus 1. Okay, so that is one value that you have got. Similarly, you can say 2x plus 12, which was this entry, it is correspondingly equal to this 0. So therefore we have 2x is equal to minus 12 and x is equal to minus 6. Okay, because 2 6 are 12. Okay, so these are the two required values. Find x and y. X is minus 6, y is minus 1. Clear? So this is another type of a question. Okay, so here is the last question for as far as this chapter is concerned. Question number 3, if you see, if matrix M, how do you know it's a matrix M and not a number? Because it is in capital letters. Okay, so matrix M multiplied by another matrix is giving you an answer as another matrix. Okay, find matrix M. Okay, so the moment you get such a matrix multiplication condition, the first thing that you will do is you will write matrix M like this. Okay, and order we don't know, so we will write A cross B or X by Y, whatever you want to write, multiplied by, we have 2 1 0 3. Okay, the order of this matrix obviously is 2 by 2 equal to, so the resultant matrix we have 4 minus 7, which is having an order 1 by 2, 1 row 2 columns. Okay, now going back to the condition, we have already discussed one such type of a question, but I wanted to repeat this type because usually this is where the children go wrong. Okay, now you see these two matrices are getting multiplied. Okay, matrix multiplication is only possible when the number of columns of the first matrix, which is B here, matches with the number of row of the second matrix. Okay, so since this matrix multiplication is getting possible, we are getting an answer. Therefore, that means B must have been 2. That is how this matrix multiplication was possible. Okay. Now, once this matrix multiplication was possible, it gave you another matrix. That matrix selects its number of row from the number of row of the first matrix, if you remember the rule. Okay. This rule we have already discussed. The resultant matrix takes its number of rows from the number of rows of the first matrix. That means they are equal. Therefore, you can write A as 1. Okay. So by comparing this, by applying this rule, what we get to know is that the order of our matrix M is 1 by 2. A is 1, B is 2. This is how we have calculated. So we can write, now we can write matrix M in terms of the individual entries. Okay. How many rows does M have? M has only 1 row. So we are not going to write it like this. We are going to write it like this. You see, X and Y. Why X, Y? Why not A, B, C, D? Why not X, Y, P, Q? Because you see, just now we have calculated the number of row as 1. So this is 1 row, and B value is 2, which is number of columns is 2. So these are the only 2 entries that will be present in M. Okay, multiplied by, obviously you have 2, 1, 0, 3 is giving you 4 and minus 7. Okay, so this is what we have now. Obviously you go row wise here and you drop column wise here. So left hand side, if we check, x multiplied by 2 will give you a 2x, plus y multiplied by 0 is going to give you a 0. Similarly, now moving on to the next entry, we will come down here. Okay, so x into 1 is going to give you x, and y into 3 is going to give you a 3y. Okay, so that is what we have on the left hand side. Equal to, we have 4 and minus 7 on the right hand side. Obviously now these are 2 equal matrices, so their individual entries will be, individual corresponding entries will be same. So therefore we can write 2x is equal to 4, which gives us an x value of 2. Clear? Similarly, we can write x plus 3y, this entry, equal to minus 7. So 3y is equal to minus 7, and this x goes to the other side, gets subtracted. So minus x, now x value is 2, so I am going to write minus 2 here. Therefore 3y becomes minus 9, and therefore y becomes minus 3. Okay. So these are the x and y values. Obviously we will not leave the answer like this, because the question had asked you what is matrix M. So matrix M, now I am going to write, it was xy, so now we know the values of x and y. So 2 and minus 3. That is your final answer. Okay. So as far as the matrix chapter is concerned, these were the different questions that I had wanted to discuss. Obviously I have told you this in the very beginning of this chapter, that this is a relatively easy and scoring chapter, but the only condition here is for you to remember the rules: identity matrix, the order of a matrix, null matrix, matrix multiplication rule. Okay, all these things if you remember, there should be no problem in solving the questions. Okay, we will shortly give you an assignment based on the matrices chapter. Okay, till then please go through all the different lectures that we have doled out to you. Okay, as far as the assignment is concerned, we will only be giving you the assignment once we are sure that you have gone through all the videos, all the lectures that we have posted. Okay, unless you do that, we are not going to give you the assignment, because you must be thorough with all the rules. Thank you.